Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Bradley here, and it's time for the Speak Free Books Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by BuffBoyBrewing.com.
JB's Entertainment Wrap-Up.
Brought to you by BuffBoyBrewing.com. Need your daily or hourly fix of fresh-flavored coffee? Check out Buff Boy Brewing Company for unique blends from around the world. International tastes with the finest roasts at BuffBoyBrewing.com. Here's what's making news this May 5th. There could have been tragedy for millions of people attending a Lady Gaga concert in Brazil over the weekend. It's being reported that police in Rio thwarted a bombing attempt at a free concert where 2 million people were expected. It happened over the weekend when Rio de Janeiro police reported the arrest of 2 people from a radical hate group against the LGBTQ community. Worse yet, sources close to Gaga say she didn't even know anything about it before taking to the stage, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, officials say the terror group was going online and recruiting teenagers and encouraging them to commit violent acts using Molotov cocktails and homemade explosives. Then, in a deceptive twist, the group posed as Little Monsters, the name for Gaga fans, to target young fans online ahead of the concert. The suspects were taken in on weapons charges according to local media, noting that a police investigation saw raids in multiple states. It said over 24 people were connected to the plot. There's no word how long authorities had been monitoring the alleged terror group, but the timing of carrying out the bust, the day of the show, had people concerned just hours ahead of the outdoor concert. One of those people is said to be Gaga, who only found out about the bust when it was reported in local media, according to Gaga's rep. Now, I should also note that the reasoning for doing it the day of was to avoid widespread panic given the size of the crowd expected. You'd think if you were the star of the show, performing what some were considering a historic and potentially record-breaking concert, you might get a heads up that there was a massive terror attack planned for your event, right? Maybe? Well, that wasn't the case for Gaga, her rep said, who took the stage without knowing a thing, having not heard a word about the investigation and subsequent takedown until after the fact. Again, perhaps it was to avoid panic and Gaga potentially cancelling the show. Law enforcement has not commented about the communication with Gaga's team about the weekend busts. Elsewhere, Prince Harry is still at odds with the royal family after he basically said he doesn't want to be part of it anymore, though he still wants the use of the titles and, government-funded security and all those details, right? Well, Harry has spoken out about the troubled relationship with his dad, King Charles, and it might be worse than some people thought. We've heard that Charles isn't speaking to Harry in light of the press rounds and tabloid reports generated by Harry and wannabe socialite Meghan Markle. In an interview with BBC, Harry said, "There's no point in continuing the fight anymore." He spoke of Charles's cancer battle, saying, "Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile." Now, Harry lost a battle to regain publicly funded security in England when he and Markle stepped back from his official role and ultimately became the Harry formerly known as Prince, as I call him. But there are skeptics who say Harry's change of heart is simply to get back into Charles's good books so that he can once again have free security, right? So we'll see how that plays out. Well, that's a check of your celebrity headlines for this Monday, May 5th. I'm back tomorrow for a complete look at all the crazy celebrity happenings right here on the Speak Free Books Entertainment Wrap-Up presented by BuffBoyBrewing.com. Till next time, I'm Jeremy Bradley.
For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful.